My wife sobbed, "I want to have another baby with my ex. You'll just pay for everything, right?" I stared at her in disbelief and said, "Run that by me again?" She doubled down. I calmly called my attorney right there. Her face when she realized I was recording the whole conversation. I don't think I'll ever forget that expression, this mix of shock, panic, and the kind of guilt people get when they finally hear themselves out loud. My name is Ethan, I'm 35, and until a few weeks ago, I honestly believed my marriage to Jenna meant something. We'd been together 6 years, married for 5, raising our 4-year-old son, and I'd stepped into the dad role for her daughter Mia, who's 9. I've been the one showing up for her dance recitals, the science fair, the late-night fevers, the bedtime rituals. Her biological father, Travis, bailed when she was 2 and pretty much treated fatherhood like a gym membership he forgot he was still paying for. But I didn't mind filling the gaps. I loved that kid like my own. And for 5 years, I thought Jen appreciated that. Actually appreciated me. Shows how wrong you can be even with a person who sleeps next to you every night. So there we were 3 weeks ago, after the kids were finally asleep, and she asked if we could talk. She'd been weird for a month. Hushed phone calls, stepping outside to breathe, which was new because she's never been a go outside to breathe type, more the eat chips under blanket type. I assumed it was stress from her job. Nope. She sat across from me on the couch, legs tucked under her, eyes glossy, breathing like she was about to confess to a crime. And I guess she kind of did. "I need you to keep an open mind," she said. Whenever someone starts with that, you know they're about to say something that detonates your sanity. Then she tells me she's been talking to her ex. Not just updating him on Mia, kind of talking, like reconnecting. Long conversations. Emotional ones. She says he's changed. He feels guilty. He wants to be a real father now. My stomach dropped, but I swallowed it because fine. If he actually wants to step up, I'm not going to block that. Kids deserve everything they can get. But then she inhaled like she needed to gather extra oxygen to deliver the next part. We've talked about having another baby together. For Mia, a full sibling. I laughed. I swear I thought it was a joke. A dark one, but a joke. But she just stared at me with this strange, hopeful desperation. I think I want that too. And then she launched into this whole speech about how Mia deserves a complete family, how she wants to give her a connection she'll have for life, how biology matters, how she feels guilty for breaking up with her ex back then, how this is her way of healing old wounds. And then she said the part that made my brain physically buzz like a blown fuse. "Wouldn't change anything with us. You'd still be our son's father. And I'd need support because Travis can't afford child expenses right now. But you already help with Mia. So it's basically the same thing. Basically the same thing." She said it like she was asking me to pick up an extra shift at work, not bankroll my wife getting pregnant by another man. I asked her if she really understood what she was saying. She got defensive instantly, like a switch flipped. "You're not her real dad, Ethan. You don't understand how important this bond is." That one hit harder than I expected. I've been in that girl's life more years than her biological father even bothered to pretend he cared. But in that moment, I realized Jenna never saw me the way I thought she did. And maybe she never saw me at all. And here's where I made the move that later saved my entire life. 2 months earlier, after forgetting a bunch of doctor instructions, I had started recording our serious conversations using a voice memo app. Not for anything shady, just for memory. That night, the phone was in my pocket, recording everything. When I told her point blank that what she was asking for was insane, she doubled down like she was trying to win a debate she had rehearsed. "Lots of families are unconventional," she said. "It's not weird unless you make it weird." No, Jenna, it was weird before I even opened my mouth. Then came the kicker. She didn't want this to be a decision between us. She'd already decided. She wanted me to agree, so she wouldn't feel guilty doing it anyway. That was when I stood, pulled out my phone, not revealing anything yet, and said, "I need to make a call." She asked who. I told her, a divorce attorney. Her face went dead pale. When the attorney picked up, I kept my voice steady. I asked for a referral for someone who handled family law and could meet urgently. I thanked him and hung up. When I told Jenna the call was about a divorce, she started screaming. then sobbing, then begging, then blaming, sometimes all in a single breath. I let her finish, and then I calmly said, "By the way, the whole conversation is recorded." Her scream hit a pitch I didn't know humans could make. She tried to grab my phone. I stepped back. She yelled it was illegal. I told her she could Google one-party consent. Then I slept in the guest room while she cried loud enough for the neighbors to hear. The next days were a circus. Jenna flipped through every emotional manipulation tactic in existence, like she was trying to speedrun all 5 stages of grief, but adding her own bonus stages. First it was regret, saying she didn't mean it, claiming she was confused, that Travis pressured her. Then came guilt, telling me I was heartless for not supporting her healing journey. Then love bombing, favorite meals, back rubs, compliments she hadn't given me in years. When none of that worked, she escalated. She weaponized the kids. She told our son that Daddy might be going away for a while, which made him cling to me like his life depended on it. She told Mia I might stop loving her, which made that poor little girl watch me like I might evaporate at any second. I finally sat both kids down separately and reassured them, but the damage had been done, and I'll never forgive Jenna for that. Her family joined the circus too. Her mom, a woman who was never like me and never pretended otherwise, called to tell me I needed to be a man and compromise. I asked her what the compromise was between me being a husband and me being a wallet funding my wife's reunion baby with her ex. She hung up after calling me emotionally stunted. Her sister showed up unannounced to lecture me about destroying a perfectly good family. I reminded her that Jenna wanted a second family with another man and wanted me to bankroll it. She walked out muttering something about me twisting things. When she realized I had audio of everything, her expression changed so fast, I thought she'd dislocated something. The legal portion was almost anticlimactic after the emotional apocalypse inside the house. My attorney listened to the recording like she'd heard every story under the sun, and still this one got the raised eyebrows treatment. She told me the recording might not be admissible, but it would sure as hell help push a favorable settlement. And it did. But before we even got that far, things got messy. Jenna removed me from Mia's school pickup list. I found out when the school secretary suddenly treated me like a stranger trying to abduct a child I'd raised for 5 years. That one hurt in a place I can't describe. Jenna maxed out our joint credit card, $8,000, in 2 weeks. Spa days, designer bags, and even a consultation at a fertility clinic. She was still planning. Even after I filed, I froze the card. She exploded, and then her ex joined the chaos. One afternoon, he walked into my office. No appointment, no warning. Just swaggered in during lunch like he was delivering a memo. He said he and Jenna had plans, and that once the divorce was finalized, she would be fair game. He said it like he was doing me a favor by letting me know I should step aside. This man, who didn't pay child support half the time, who didn't attend a single school event, who never once called during nights when Mia cried because she felt abandoned. This guy was talking to me about stepping aside. I told him to get out before security got involved. He muttered something about Jenna being too good for me, but his voice cracked. I think he knew even then that he wasn't built for any of this responsibility. Fast forward through hell. The divorce went through. The judge ordered the house sold. Split a little in her favor because of kids. I swallowed that. Child support for my son is fine, he's mine, and I'll always take care of him. Spousal support was cut way shorter than she wanted. Her mother caused a scene in court and had to be escorted out. And then came the ending I didn't see coming. 2 weeks after the divorce, the school called. They couldn't reach Jenna. Mia had a fever. She looked terrified when she saw me, like she wasn't sure if I was allowed to be there. "Mom said you can't pick me up anymore," she whispered. I told her she was back on the list. She started crying, not from fever, but from relief. When I dropped her at Jenna's new apartment, I heard shouting inside. Jenna and her ex were arguing. She said she left her marriage for him. He said he never asked her to. She accused him of backing out. He accused her of expecting too much. When she opened the door, her mascara was streaked, her eyes swollen. The guy left while I was still walking back to my car. He didn't even look at her. Just walked off like a man late for a date with someone else. A few days later, I heard he moved out for good. Couldn't handle the pressure. Meaning, couldn't handle being a parent. Jenna texted me once, not to apologize, but to say she hoped we could find our way back someday. I didn't answer. I owe her nothing now. Not my time, not my sympathy, and definitely not my future. My son is adjusting to a week-on, week-off schedule. It's not easy, but he's strong. I make sure he hears only good things about his mom, because he deserves that innocence. Mia texts me almost daily. Sometimes memes, sometimes homework questions, sometimes just hi. I respond every time. I can't adopt her, not legally, not unless things fall apart dramatically on Jenna's side. But emotionally, that girl will always be mine. And if she ever needs a stable place, I'll be ready. As for Jenna, I don't hate her. I don't even think she understands why she blew up her life. She chased a fantasy she thought would fix something inside her, and instead she ended up alone in a small apartment with 2 kids and the crushing realization that biology isn't the same as commitment. She traded stability for nostalgia, devotion for a dream, a partner for a ghost. And ghosts don't raise children. Ghosts don't stay. Sometimes I wonder she listens to that recording in her own head, replaying the moment she saw her reflection through my eyes for the first time. I doubt she'll ever admit what she did, but I don't need her admission. I lived it. I survived it. And now, I'm finally rebuilding the life she tried to rewrite. Here's what I've learned. The moment someone asks you to fund your own replacement, they've already replaced you in their mind. And the moment you realize your worth isn't measured by someone else's delusion, you walk away. I deserve better than being a wallet with a pulse. My kids deserve better than chaos dressed up as healing. And now, finally, we all have a chance at better. I'm taking it. I'm keeping the recording. And I'm not looking back.